Welcome to the Talking the Line podcast, presented to you by Talking the Line Sports Media, giving you our best insights and analysis so you can rake in some cold hard cash on your next sports bet. Now sit on back, open up your mind, and let's cash some tickets. We can't thank you enough for joining us. We hope you enjoy. Oh, hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, degenerates and gamblers. Far and wide, welcome in to episode number 160. Can you believe it? Of the Talking the Line podcast, our 120th official live stream, if you will, as well. Little known fact, a little bit of trivia night answer if you do come upon that some point in your life. Now, we do have an incredibly loaded show on this absolutely beautiful Wednesday of bets, also known as November 10th, 2021. But before we get into that aforementioned loaded show, please take a few moments to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you are currently ingesting the TTL Pod on. If you are watching on YouTube or one of our social media outlets, make sure you hit that subscribe button there or like, follow, whatever. But if you're on YouTube, hit that notification bell as well so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional content dropping, like the Wise Words podcast today at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. But if you are listening on your favorite podcast directory, make sure you hit that subscribe button there as well, as we do release the audio of every show after each live episode is complete. Next item up on the docket, if you could be so kind, you can find it in your heart to do so. You got a couple extra seconds while you're sitting here watching the show. Hit that like button, leave us a comment, leave us a rating, jump on over yonder in the live chat. Hey, maybe even hit that share button. Send it on over to your brothers, sisters, friends, enemies, neighbors, uncles, aunts, anybody in between, your coworkers, whoever is a good old-fashioned degenerate and likes cash and tickets. We like them too. The TTL Pod is for all, and we cannot tell you how much we appreciate it when you do, and it only helps us make TTL Sports Media bigger and better for each and every one of you. Last, certainly not least, head on over to this episode's description where you can find all things TTL. In the first link, you will find the Talking the Line link tree. Within that link tree, you will locate talkingtheline.com website. all of the TTL Crew social platforms and our additional content so you can consume all of that however and whenever you please. Ladies and gentlemen and beautiful gambling people, I am your humbled, honored, hyped, and always handicapping host, Colton, Captain Colt Soroka, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with me and my partner, get some bets, get some laughs, dive into some rabbit holes, a little bit of everything in between. Now, as I pointed right there, I feel like I got to do some production duties later on to have something far and wide, maybe some things pop up. So I got some ideas cooking up, and I got some things to already discuss with my partner. So my friends, the final duty that I must complete today, that I have failed to do so far, but it is the only way that we can get on with the show. Please, my friends, help me welcome in the man who sits on that box over there to my left on every single episode of this show. You know him as the man, the myth, the degenerate gambling legend, and oh, let's not forget the TTL resident Southsider and man who has a lot of explaining to do, TTL resident cheesehead himself, Mr. Riley RMags Magnuson. Partner, how you doing over there today, pal?
My man, as always, could not be better on this fine Wednesday in the Windy City. What exactly explaining do I have to do here about my pack?
I mean, your boy out here causing all types of trauma and trouble and issues and being a real locker room nuisance, if I do say so myself. It's quite despicable to the organization.
Well, hey, we're about to double down and bring down another locker room cancer in Mr. OBJ. It does appear that is likely. So, hey, I'm ready for all the tabloids, too. It's not nothing that I can't deflect that I haven't been deflecting for the last 3 years, man. Actually, it is more than I've had to deflect, I guess, if you would say so. But, hey, I'm ready for the storm, dude. The Packers are going to play Packers football, whoever's on the field, and I'll be ready for it. So, I'm ready to rock, dude. I can't wait for this Sunday and beyond. So, hey, the Super Bowl train is still steaming down the tracks.
Yeah, I hear you, my friend. You know me. If you guys don't know me and you tuned in, you're like, why is he already starting the show with drama and talking about Aaron Rodgers? That's not why we came here. It's because I got to give my boys some jabs. Packers on that side, Bears on this side. My boys have all but crawled up in the old hole and died at this point. We're going to stay off of that rabbit hole because I just get more and more depressed as the weeks roll on here, and that is not what this show is about. It says up in the top right corner as show starting soon, good vibes incoming, and it is my duty to continue those good vibes flowing, not to bring any bad vibes here onto this show. So, before we go any further, before we do anything else, it is our duty also as a full transparency show partner to always share our best bets of every single day. Now, it is my pleasure to share all of those with you here in just a brief moment. But as I do, partner, we didn't have too bad of a day yesterday.
I didn't have the best day, but yeah, not too bad. On the show, obviously, we were pretty even, I would say.
I would concur with you 100%. Quickly, here we go. My friends, first time live. Yesterday's best bets of the day are live on your screen. Pretty much wheel spinning for both me and Mags. Just a little bit of weirdness going on. Duke took care of business, no problems. Saw me tweet out yesterday. It looks like the Duke Blue Devils need to eat a few more bananas before they decide to come out on the court again. All that cramping stuff and IV and nonsense. We don't need that to happen. Duke looked good, but they cannot afford to do that against high-level teams consistently. So that was my thoughts on that one. We'll talk more about college basketball later, but your other one, rough beat on the under 220.
So I missed that one. It sounded like it was like 80% chance to cover the under, and then the Clippers scored like 16 points in the last minute or two or something like that. So I've got a bone to pick with the old Clippers right now.
Okay, well, duly noted. We'll be sure to come back to that as well. But as for me, my friends, took care of Ohio plus 5.5 and the money line. Told you to sprinkle that as well as Buffalo plus 7.5 and their money line. Should have told you to do that with the Akron Zips. They were the other dog that took care of business and didn't end up being Buffalo, man. I don't know what the hell happened with Buffalo. They usually stick in games like that, and they got absolutely smoked. And Miami, Ohio didn't look that good last week against Ohio either. So little weird as to how that shook out. Either way, pretty much a break-even day for your boy. 2 for Tuesday parlay. We did UCSD. That was an easy cash. They ended up winning outright. And then Green Bay, absolutely disgusting beat. I'd take that 10 times out of 10, partner, and we probably win it 7 of them. I do believe we were on the right side. They had 4 attempts to tie it up, and even if they would have fouled at the end, we would have only lost it by 2. So a little bit chapped about that one, but I am feeling good in college basketball. Went 9-10. There were yesterday. There were a couple of risky plays that I took just to kind of get a feel for some things. See, am I falling into this trap? Like I wanted to confirm traps for myself because I had the bankroll to do it. So went ahead and did that, and I feel absolutely electric. I got 2 college basketball plays coming today. I've been diving deep into numbers. I can't wait to start dishing out even more winners for you guys when it comes to college basketball. All that being said, before we get into anything else, we got to acknowledge the Moneyline Dice as well. 0 for 2 day for the boys. They told me that they were going to have 2 plays. They did not tell me that those 2 plays were both going to be fucking losers.
Well, actually, we totally blanked in show prep, but we did say if they did all of what they did yesterday with 5 rerolls and they lost them both, that they get a 1-day suspension.
I
forgot about that.
Oh, my days, Mags. Okay, so we have other fish.
I think we have to honor that.
Show.
I think we have to honor that.
My friend, we more than have to honor that. So there away goes yesterday's best bets of the day. Now, if you don't know what we're talking about, yesterday the Moneyline Dice decided they needed to do 17,000 rolls on one
Set a new record.
And just continue. And they gave us 2 best bets. They said, hey, trust us, boys. I said, absolutely. The dice have spoken, yada, yada, yada. You know the drill. And then the some bitches go ahead and go 0 for 2 on us. So these guys here, 1 show suspension. One show suspension. We are holding true. We are men of our words here at the TTL Pod.
Totally forgot.
No way I will go back on my word. So 1 show suspension, you sons of guns. Seriously. I love you. I still love you, but you ain't coming on today's show. All that being said, gosh, stop. That got me flustered. All right. Today's show, my friends. What do we got coming at you? As always, my best bets, RMags best bets. We got 5 in total. Mags has 3 NBA. I got the 2 college basketball that I just told you guys about. We don't have anything Maction-wise or anything NHL, but we will talk about that in the second half of the show. Got a couple of leans that I want to talk about a little bit, see what you're thinking, partner. Maybe see if you guys got any questions on them, if you guys are looking at anything else too. So we'll do that at the very end of the show. In the second half, after we get through my best bets, RMags best bets, special plays of the day. We got the Wednesday Warrior. A traditional Wednesday Warrior, actually. We had them in there a few times last year during the NBA season, so the cat's out of the bag. It's an NBA team, but I'm not going to tell you who it is because I'm not going to give you guys an opportunity to cook up any thoughts in your head, if you will. Then
actually, our 3 favorites from last year are all in action, so, I mean, you can spin your head on that as much as you want, huh?
Okay, so spin around time and time again. You may never figure it out. Then every other Wednesday, every other week, when it comes to Wednesdays, what I'm trying to tell you is we got 2 special plays. So the second special play is the Wednesday Parlay Pop-Off. One of Mag's plays, one of my plays, and the Wednesday Warrior combined in a 3-leg parlay. That is paying out at plus 581 odds. So pretty doggone juicy for a 3-legger. Stick around for all of that. And then, hey, I was going to say Moneyline Dice, but 1 show suspension, my friend, gives us more time to talk some shit, go back and forth, see how we're feeling about college basketball after night 1. I had to run to the store in emergency fashion last night to re-up on my nitroglycerin pills. I had forgotten that we do sleep in May, and it is officially game time. Even though it's November, it is game time, my friends.
Even though it's November and I kicked my feet up and did not honor that rule last night, if I am being honest, I guess I wasn't sleep prepped for it, despite all these late nights that we have been pulling. But hey. I'm taking it on the chin. I'll be better.
Hey, that's all right. I did it during the NFL season. I will not do it any longer. Well, as the NFL season started, NFL season's still here. I won't do it any longer. All right. Obviously, it's hump day. We're a little slap happy. We got plenty to talk about. We got enough nonsense to stick around for the end of the show. But for right now, my friends, the real reason you come here. So quit all the drama. Stop all the gossip and the banter that you could go to every other sports media outlet and get. You come to the TTL Pod for the stone cold locks, picks, insights, analysis, and running tickets to the window with the TTL crew all day and night long. So without further ado, it's time to get into today's show with the first segment of the day, my friends. RMags, best bets of the day. Now, partner, I took a look through your card here already. How did I do that today? How did I know that when we really haven't had much of an opportunity to talk off a show yet today? Oh, that's because I follow him on the Action Network app, at RMags in all caps, and he follows me right back. I'm at cash_with_Colt. Check that out. If you're looking for all the best bets you can find on The Daily Show, just type in at Talking the Line, and you'll find them all there as well. So, my friend, as always, on the opposite box from me, to me, to you, to all you beautiful gambling people, sipping the black elixir of the gods at whatever time of the day it is, we do not judge. Take your sip. And partner, you have the floor.
Alrighty, my friend, I appreciate you. So as you mentioned, I will be kicking things off in the NBA. Yeah, we don't coffee shame over here.
No.
But I'm starting off in the... Yeah, go ahead.
I got a witch's brew and a half going in this bad boy today.
Nice.
Continue, sir.
So my first play is going to be out of the Raptors and Celtics game tonight. I'm going to the Raptors +2 on the road in this one. Partner, I'm thinking actually I know for a fact because they are not getting the public money. The Raptors are still undervalued, at least by the public. The books are starting to show them a little love, but still not quite as much as I think they should be getting. I think that should be closer to a pick'em, if not -2 for the Raptors. Mm-hmm. And one of those reasons I would like this, if this what I'm about to say wasn't the case, but Jaylen Brown is out for the Celtics. Like I said, I would still like the Raptors even if he was there, but not as much as they do now. I think this Raptors team matches up really well to the Celtics, especially without Brown. Celtics were starting to improve on both ends of the floor before his injury. That all changed with Brown, especially with the options that they have on offense, what he can bring on the defensive side. But at the end of the day, this Raptors team plays a really, really slow pace. And I think they're going to control that. They're top 5 in points allowed. Their field goal percentage defense isn't as high, but that's because of the pace. And that's why you see those points per game way, way down. And like I said, I believe I picked the Raptors last week in a certain spot. And their offense has been doing enough to subside what their defense is doing, or defense is doing to slow down the pace. So I like the Raptors to get it outright, but I obviously love the extra 2-point cushion here. So first bet of the day is going to be the Raptors +2, partner.
I love it, my friend. It was the first one that jumped off the board at me here today. I almost texted you immediately. I said, yo, saw it on your card. Keep it, but would be a great Wednesday Warrior. So that's not going to be our Wednesday Warrior. It's actually one of our Mag's best bets of the day, of his 3, and I've already backed him, so I suggest you do too. I've put it closer to a pick'em, or probably even Toronto being -2 favorites. I absolutely love it. Partner, what else you got? Keep it steaming down the tracks.
All right, second play. Actually, if Raptors take care of this one, they might be in Warrior status come next week. I don't know. They've been cashing some tickets, or maybe I'm just catching them in the right spots. I don't know. But anyways, next play. This one has been I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this one, partner. So I'm taking the Oklahoma City Thunder +4 at New Orleans. Mm-hmm. I have to imagine. So Brandon Ingram is questionable. He's been out for a week or two, honestly, for the Pelicans here. And so I have to imagine that this line is set right there because the books think that Brandon Ingram is going to play. And even if he does, I'm not too concerned about this. Obviously, if he doesn't play, I'm in love with this play. I think the Thunder get this done outright easily because this Pelicans team has been playing really, really bad, and they weren't playing well when he was there. They were playing a little bit better, obviously. He's obviously their go-to scoring option. But even with him, they had been struggling on both ends of the floor. The depth of this team is really, really bad. And obviously, OKC has their problems, but they are flat out a better basketball team, even when Brandon Ingram is on the floor right now, especially without Zion in the picture. When Zion comes back, that'll probably be a little bit different. But I think this Oklahoma City team can take care of the floor, even if Brandon Ingram is in. I think there might be a little rust, whether it's him or the chemistry, the cohesiveness of that team if he is there. So every which way I look at this, whether Ingram's in or out, I love this play, and I'm liking the Thunder +4, partner.
Yeah, man, I agree with you 150%. I actually saw some really key trends before we hopped on the show that I really liked here. OKC 5-1 ATS last 6 as an underdog. They're also 5-1 their last 6 overall, so they're playing hot right now. I love your analysis on that. And then regardless of if Ingram's back or not, I just don't really like the Pels in this spot, especially as a favorite, man. It just, not right now, not without Zion, not without the full team. And they're actually coming off of a day rest. 2-6 ATS their last 8 playing on 1 day rest, and 1-4 ATS last 5 as a home favorite. May I mention that I'm a day of the week trend homer, and that they are 2-9 ATS in their last 11 Wednesday games. Give me all. I'm backing you again. Holy cow. Give me all of the Oklahoma City Thunder +4. I think this line is set up just so everybody will back the Pels. I think you're on the right side, partner.
I love it. So my third play of the day coming down the pipe. I know you're not in love with this one, partner. I'm fading one of your darlings here, and a team that I like as well. But I am taking the not the Sacramento Kings. Sacramento Kings against the San Antonio Spurs. I am taking the Spurs -1 in this spot.
Oh, what the fuck?
You got a quick qualm before I get going here?
What the fuck? Wait, what the fuck? That's all I gotta say. What the fuck?
The Kings have been a little inconsistent, my friend. I do like the Kings in certain spots in a dog of more than 3 points.
I'll listen.
But I think the Spurs are the right spot in this one. -1. Spurs against the Kings, 4-2 straight up the last 6 meetings between the two teams. The Spurs 4-0 ATS last 4 games after a straight up loss, 4-0 ATS in that spot. And I'm not overlooking the Spurs team. There are certain spots where I like this Spurs team a lot, where I don't really like this Kings team, and this is one of them. You can't ignore the emergence of Keldon Johnson for the Spurs as a scorer. He's elevated his scoring prowess to at least give them another scoring option consistently. He's up around 17 points a game in his third year in the NBA, up from 9, then 12. He's taken that third year jump. Obviously not a superstar by any means, but he's at least a consistent scorer here in the NBA. And like I said, I love this Kings team in many spots, but it's +3 or more for me. And if the Spurs are laying a point at home, I'm going to take the Spurs in this one. You can't overlook their offense. They're just balanced across the board. They're obviously not eye-popping. Their roster isn't eye-popping by any means, but they have some consistency about them, and I think this is the right spot to take them.
All right. I hear you. I understand. You're just right. The Kings are my darlings. I don't think that I can fade them in any capacity right now, even though I watched Buddy Hield take those 3-point shots that hit the bottom of the net about 90% of the time. I still got to stay with my boys. So I think you are on the right side, partner. However, I'm going to stay away from this one, but I still love it. So there you go. There you have it. RMags 1, 2, 3 best bets of the day. He looks like he's cooking something up in his brain over there right now. A little bit of news. A little bit of da-na-na.
So nothing set in stone by any means, but the Pack are offering Odell the veteran minimum. So it depends how bad he wants to come to Green Bay, apparently. That could go up, but they can't pay him. They can't pay him a ton when they still haven't extended Devontae Adams, according to Tom Silverstein.
Yeah, there's no way they can have a freaking veteran like that. Cool, but so there's no way he'll take the minimum, right? You don't think he'll take the minimum? We'll save that.
We'll save it. Depends how bad he wants. Depends how bad he wants to be there.
Yeah, let me write that down for the old RMags Sidebar and more there. Pack. Okay, my friends, there you go. There you have it. You see us producing the show live in prime time all the time. All right, into the second segment of the day. Unless, partner, you had anything to lay down other than more analysis or picks.
No, sir.
All right, second segment of the day. My friends, it is time for my best bets of the day. All right, here we go. I got 2 coming at you, my friends. Both are coming out of the college basketball slate. First and foremost, my first best bet of the day. Shout out Tony Sparks. Sometimes I do hate your Michigan Wolverines. Sometimes, more often than not, in college football, I bet against them very severely. But in college basketball, I love me some Juwan Howard and the boys. But I'm not going to the spread. I'm actually going to the game total in this one against the Buffalo Bulls. I'm taking under 153.5. Now, jumped off the board to me this morning. I admittedly will say that I got it first at 150.5, and it kicked back up to 153.5, but I still think the under is the right side. I double backed it. I think this is the perfect play, perfect spot. Last year, Michigan, the reason why I think this, Michigan finished last year outside the top 250 in tempo, and I think that they're going to lean on that heavy. They're going to control time of possession, pace, all game versus Buffalo, and they're actually ranked in adjusted tempo this year per KenPom, 227th in the nation. Now, Buffalo, in 2021, they finished 16th in tempo per KenPom. Now, stick a pin in that. I'll tell you why that matters. Michigan offense and defense is huge for me here. They finished last year 48th in defensive efficiency per KenPom. They're projected first in defensive efficiency in 2021 per KenPom. So I am all over that. I think they stick very, very, very firm to a defensive-minded style of basketball under Juwan Howard, and I think Buffalo has a tough time doing anything successful on the offensive side of the ball. They also finished 17th in offensive efficiency last year per KenPom. Now, let's take that pin out again. again as to why I told you about Buffalo's tempo. 16th in the nation last year. Really, really solid. Their game plan is to get out and run and push the ball, boat race teams. They're not going to do that to the Wolverines. The Wolverines are going to control possession. They're going to take their time on offense. They're going to take their time on defense. They are going to work that clock all game long. I see them getting plenty of turnovers, and I just do not see Buffalo having any opportunities to really get out and fast break and really start sprinting the Wolverines. So that's what I'm betting on with this one. I projected about 72-64, somewhere in there. That's 136. That's way lower than what we need. So I think it stays right in there, and if you don't believe me, believe the trends. 7-1 is the under in Buffalo's last 8 overall. It's also 14-5 in Michigan's last 19 overall. The under is 8-3 in Michigan's last 11 as a favorite, and 7-3 their last 10 as a home favorite. So they shut teams down at home. They like to boat race them, and not like to boat race them. They like to keep it nice, slow, steady, wins the race. So for my first best bet of the day, I will be taking Michigan Wolverines versus the Buffalo Bulls under 153.5.
I like it, partner. You took every single word that I could have possibly said. Not a huge fan, at least from a fan perspective, of Michigan football, but I do really like, not even a fan of Michigan basketball, just this. I like their style of play, their consistency, and it has not changed with Juwan Howard taking over the reins.
Absolutely. They're a money team. I just don't have the cojones to back them at 18.5 here today, and I've seen a lot of people
kind of dropped way down.
Yeah, or 15.5, whatever it's at now. I see a lot of divided opinions as far as Buffalo, Michigan, and that kind of leads me to think this is going to be a slow, grinded out game. So there you go, under 153.5, first best bet. Second best bet. It's going to take me a lot not to get teared up right now, folks. I have been waiting. I have been anticipating for the last 9 months to be able to see my Northern Colorado Bears out of the Big Sky Conference on the betting board. And this morning, friends, I woke up and there they were in front of my eyes. And they just so happened to be at the best spread I love backing them at, right at plus 2.5. And wouldn't you know it, they are already getting 53% of bets, 80% of money, and the number has ticked down to 2.5. So quickly, go pick that number up. My second best bet of the day. I love the Northern Colorado Bears against Pacific, plus 2.5. They are my boys. They're my Big Sky darlings. You're going to see me and hear me bet Northern Colorado more often times than not. And more often times than not, it's going to be very, very profitable. I love Big Sky basketball. If you've been following the Wise Words podcast, I talked about Big Sky basketball 8-9 weeks ago when we had Preston Johnson on the show. I think this is going to be a classic Big Sky grinded out back and forth type game. Pacific is outside the top 300 in adjusted tempo this year per KenPom. NoCo is 186th in adjusted tempo this year. So I think NoCo is going to have a little bit more opportunities to get out and run, get out and push the ball. And I think they're going to play a more methodical style of basketball. So they're going to get more defensive turnovers and they're just going to work that clock. I see Northern Colorado having plenty of success here today. I would take them on the money line, but I don't want to get too greedy the first time I see them on the board. I don't want to jinx anything yet. Love them at 2.5, but if you don't believe me, believe the trends. Pacific, 1-4-1 ATS their last 6 as a neutral site favorite. That's right, this is at a neutral site, my friends. Pacific is also 1-4 ATS last 5 neutral site games overall. Northern Colorado, 9-5 ATS last 14 neutral site games overall. You know I'm a homer for day of the week trend, so I had to find him. NoCo, 7-2-1 ATS last 10 Wednesday games. They're also 4-1 ATS last 5 November games. They always start hot, my friends, covering the numbers, and they're 5-2 ATS last 7 as a dog. I cannot wait to continuously back these boys, and I cannot wait for you guys to become fans of my darlings too. So first best bet, second best bet of the day, I apologize, the Northern Colorado Bears, plus 2.5.
I love it, my man. I did not dive into this as much as you do, or last year. I love the Big Sky. I can't claim it like you do, but this is the spot that I agree with. But my friend, a couple different books, already down to plus 1.5 on FanDuel. It is over to -1 on DraftKings.
Folks, you better get to the books quick. You better get to the books quick. Your boys are about to lay the hammer down today. The hammer down today.
Don't
okay?
ask him where to find this on your television.
No.
No.
You're gonna have to dig into the corners of the internet, my friend. Typically, there is Pluto TV.
Yeah.
Shout out Pluto TV.
I
will
think
have
I got it.
It's only online. You can't
Yeah.
find fucking Pluto anywhere. And you got to like scroll down to the bottom of their sports and bam, Northern Colorado Bears against Pacific Tigers.
Yeah, so I have like Roku TV built into my TV, and last year I had like 100 like excess like random streaming channels, and I have Big Sky Basketball on whatever Pluto channel was one of them. So I think I have like a rare case of where I actually might get it on my TV, and I love it, dude.
Let's go.
I love it.
Let's go. I'm telling you, I love my boys. I saw them last night at 3.5, and I about shit myself. And I didn't scoop it up. I scooped it up this morning after it dropped. There you go, my 2 best bets of the day. Let's keep this proverbial podcast train steaming on down the tracks, partner.
Let's do it.
Your best bets, my best bets. Now it's time for the special play of the day. We don't ever come to this show without a little extra juice, a little extra nonsense, if you will. So, my friends, it's time for the special play of the day. Actually, special plays of the day. 2 of them coming at you. Wednesday Warrior, Wednesday Parlay Pop-Off. Partner, I'm going to yield back for just a moment. Let you tell me, tell them, tell us about today's Wednesday Warrior of the day. And I'm going to tell y'all, don't call us no homers, because I think this line is perfect.
Yep.
Partner?
100%. Oh,
Let him have it.
I cut you off.
Let him have it.
My bad. I'm letting him have it. I couldn't wait to let him have it. The Bulls -4 is our Wednesday Warrior. Do not call us homers. I mean, we've obviously been watching this team, watching this team very closely, but B, watching their spreads very cllosely. Mm-hmm. This appears to be one where, I mean, actually both teams, if I do say so myself, the Mavericks have been undervalued by the books, rightfully so, I think so. And the public still sees them as this, Luka Doncic, this darling type team, and they just haven't quite been that. And these spots where you see them at +3, 4, when you're like, oh man, that seems like that's a good spot. It's not the spot to scoop them up. And this Bulls team, now that they're not playing the Philadelphia 76ers, once again have a lot of value. And for whatever reason, they could not handle the Sixers. They took care of business at home against the Nets, and this -4, just when you think it's maybe one too many points, that's when they lay the hammer down and win by a dozen points. And I think that's what we're going to see tonight. We're going to see this defense that has been really, really good. Like I said, basically against everyone aside from the Philadelphia 76ers. They can't slow down Joel Embiid. They don't have to worry about that tonight. This offense is doing just enough and playing consistently enough to take care of business against this bad Mavericks defense. And I don't think we have any concerns about this game. Like I said, I could see them winning by about a dozen points here. And obviously, I'll probably sound like a homer by saying that, but I don't think that's the case tonight.
I don't think it's the case either. I don't think either one of us are homers. I think this is the perfect spot to back the Bulls. Now, you said -4. Do your line shopping. It is at -3. Some other places we are very comfortable with it at -4. I think they get it done by at least 8, 10. Maybe worth a little side sprinkle there. Yeah, you said at least a dozen, maybe even a little sprinkle there too. I think this is a classic case so far that Bulls right around this time start letting folks down, especially us Bulls beloved, Bulls diehards, and I just don't think it's going to happen here, and I think the Mavericks are going to kind of start assuming that position. So give us the Bulls for the Wednesday Warrior special play of the day, -3.5, -4, whatever you're finding it on your book. All right, 1 second. Apologies, had an itchy nose. Second special play of the day, going to cook up a nice little parlay here for you. It's the Wednesday Parlay Pop-Off, if you ain't familiar. And the first leg is that aforementioned Wednesday Warrior. The Chicago Bulls, -3.5 or -4, whatever you're finding it at. Second leg, we're going to one of my partner's best bets of the day, one of his 3, actually. And we're going to scoop out and dump in the Toronto Raptors +2. And then, for the third best bet, or the third leg, rather, that we are adding to the Parlay Pop-Off, we're going to my darlings. The Northern Colorado Bears, +2, or whatever you're finding out in your book. I would suggest getting there right now so you don't miss out on any more value. You're going to parlay those 3 bad boys up. You're going to get +581 odds, partner. Can you believe it? Juicy, juicy, juicy.
Right about where we want it for that Parlay Pop-Off.
100%. We never like to just give you kind of I wouldn't even say the Bulls are a chalky play, but just a single standalone play. give you a little extra juice to work with here today. So there you go. Wednesday parlay pop-off. Bulls -4, the Northern Colorado Bears +2.5, and the Toronto Raptors +2. Now, why don't we just go right on ahead and recap all of those best bets of the day, just in case we missed anything. Anything else you had to lay down before we
I was going to say,
if
if anyone's listening and wants to scoop up NoCo, you're comfortable with them even at -1?
Yeah, I think they get this one out,
especially with that line movement. I would say so,
most
right?
definitely. Yeah, most definitely. I would still be tentative. Like I still like them as the +1.5,
Sure.
but like with that complete flip from a +3.5 open, that just shows the volatility right now of college basketball. And books are like the books did that because they're like, oh shit, we didn't set this right. We're about to get killed. So they don't want to get killed on that. That's why they're moving that. So I would love them. Do your line shopping. Would love them the most at +1.5, but -1.5, I'm still okay with. If you do end up getting that for the parlay, or you back me, maybe do a little half unit, a little less than you typically would, because obviously it doesn't have the same value that we locked in this morning. So if you guys want, also just as a reminder for where I was going with that, for our best bets of the day. You guys can always check them out on the Action Network app. Sometimes we put them out early before the show when we find the early lines, the early value. We might even put them out the night before. Who knows? So again, follow me at cash_with_Colt. Follow Riley at RMags in all caps. And then the best bets of the day at Talking the Line. Speaking of best bets of the day, why don't we go ahead and recap all of those today, partner? And then we'll get into some other nonsense from here on out. How about that?
Let's do it.
All right, dude. Well, without further ado, it is now time for the second time today to share my screen, the other screen we got rocking over here, and put up today's best bets of the day. All right, so rip out your sports books. Get out your pen and paper, if that's how you do it, or whatever the case might be, however you hammer in the TTL Crew's best bets of the day, because they're about to be live on your screen for the first time, my friends. Here we go, the TTL Crew's best bets of the day for this beautiful, gorgeous Wednesday of bets, November 10th, 2021. You turn your attention all the way to the top left of the screen. You see RMags picks. He's got 3 coming at you. Taking the Toronto Raptors +2, San Antonio Spurs -1, and the Oklahoma City Thunder +4. Directly to the right of that, on the opposite side of your screen, my picks. I got 2 coming at you, both college basketball. I'm taking the under 153.5 in the Michigan Wolverines versus Buffalo Bulls, and I'm taking the Northern Colorado Bears +2.5, or whatever the best line is right now. Just be tentative if they are a favorite. Below that, Wednesday Warrior special play of the day. We're taking the Bulls. Don't you dare call us homers at -4, -3. Again, do your line shopping, and all below that, my friends, right next to us, paying out at over 5-1 odds. The Wednesday parlay pop-off. Chicago Bulls -4, Toronto Raptors +2, and the Northern Colorado Bears +2.5. Lock them in, hammer them home, sprinkle a little bit of dough down, whatever you need to say. Just make sure you get today's TTL Crew's best bets of the day that are primed for ticket cashing in at whatever the current best line is on your favorite sports book. Well, all right, partner. I feel pretty doggone good about it.
So do I, man.
I feel good about things. So there you go, pals. There you go, friends. Degenerates far and wide. The TTL Crew's best bets of the day. Okay, now, you saw the Moneyline Dice on there, but we have officially concurred, my friends, that they are getting a one show hiatus here, partner. Mm-hmm. They pulled that shit on yesterday's show. They decided they were going to repeatedly roll about 17, 18, 27 times. Who
Set
knows?
a new record.
New record, 100%. And then they had the audacity to cost us money yesterday.
Mm-hmm. 2 losing sides.
2 losing sides. Not a little spinning day, 2 losing sides. After that horse shit, they decided to do. One episode hiatus, my friend. We'll see the Moneyline Dice. I know you're listening to me, pal. We'll see the Moneyline Dice on tomorrow's show. So, partner, with all that being said, nothing else left in the realm of best bets from me. Do have a few leans I'd like to talk about in the second half of the show here. Any best bets, analysis, anything in between from you, my guy?
No, you mentioned your darling, the NoCo Bears, and your Big Sky. Mm-hmm. So I'm kicking myself because I didn't play it, and I don't know why. So my darlings, as far as the low mid majors, right around that Big Sky, maybe even probably about the same size as the old SWAC, and the not taking the Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils, but
Fade the
fading
fuck
them
out of 'em.
into oblivion, not Bolivian. They were minus 45 yesterday, partner, or plus 45, excuse me, and
Get the
they
fuck out of here.
56 fucking points.
Get the fuck out of here. So
Played
they're
St.
doing.
John's. I should have saw that. They played a fucking not Power 5 team, but a Big East team.
They're doing the same
sick.
things they were doing last year already here, game one this year.
You best believe I'm fading them every single time, dude.
Oh,
Folks,
boys and girls, folks.
They are the most consistently dogs by 40 to 50 points, and they don't cover.
No
This
question. It's free money. Free
this
money.
is the Kansas of basketball, but at a low mid-major school where the books don't pay that much attention, and you can fade them and take the favorite at minus 40. It doesn't matter.
100%.
It doesn't
100%.
matter.
They are no bueno. The Delta Devils are not a team that you need to find yourself back
56 points they lost.
I'm telling you, 56 points they lost, 44 spread. You're like, oh, you got to take that as the dog, 150%. At least they have a shot in hell. Not even close. They never have a shot in hell. I think they covered once in about the 30 times that we did this bet. So I think we're getting back on the train again this year, partner.
I think they ended up by like February. I think they ended up covering maybe like 3 out of 5 or something like that. They kind of, but that was after like 8 out of 9 straight where they were minus 30 to minus 50 fucking dogs.
Yeah, just absolutely destroying it. So obviously we have plenty of things to discuss here in the second half of the show. Next 20 minutes or so here, maybe a little longer. We got some announcements to bring you to. Everything in between. Motivation minutes 2 coming right up. So hey, get a little stretch. Get a little kickback now. Let's start the second half of the show. Talk some shit. So partner, anything burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul, you have been dying to get out to the kind folks that joined us on episode number 160 of the TTL Pod, the 120th official live stream of this here show on this gorgeous November 10th, 2021.
All right, partner, the time has officially come. I do not know if you're aware of this or not.
That was me popping a nitroglycerin pill.
Okay. But you and I are playing each other in our fantasy football league this upcoming week. I have won 3 out of the last 4 against you going back to 2019. Yes, I went and looked as far back as I possibly could.
Wow.
I was surprised to see. I thought I was going to have even more violence to say undefeated the last couple of years and up. You actually got me last year once. But this is the big week, dude. Big week. I think loser might be potentially buried. I don't want to put myself in that company, but you might be kind of buried if you lose this one. But
yeah, I'm 100% buried, and I'm a man enough to admit it. I mean, there really wasn't anybody that I was like, oh fuck, I have to get them. I have to have them on my team off of waivers. Like we're kind of to that point now, like there's not anybody crazy, but I did fucking totally sleep on waivers yesterday with trying to get a full online presence off the ground and also handicap a shitload of fucking games and try and make connections. It gets a little hard from time to time to remember all those things. I totally fucking forgot about waivers. So, yeah, you might kick my fucking ass into oblivion, dude. I don't really have a shot in hell. Jamar Chase, my point man, is my fucking claim went through. You're fucking kidding me. No way. I put in a claim. I'm not going to tell you what I did, but I put in a claim on Sunday that I was just like, if this guy comes loose, why the fuck not? And
picked up Elijah Moore. I saw you did.
Yeah. Okay. How about that? Well, maybe he's a fight. Maybe he starts booming now. Who knows what happens? Maybe he starts booming.
I get Dearness Johnson as the only starter for the damn Cleveland Browns this week when I'm desperate for running backs.
You've hung on to him for a while, huh? Or did you pick him up off of free agency?
I got him free agency, I think the week of when he had that Browns-Broncos game.
Yeah,
maybe a week before or something like that, and then I just held on to him.
That's what I thought. You son of a gun, man. I don't know. Yeah. Well, fuck you, dude. I didn't know that's what was going on.
Him and Darrell Williams, dude, pocket backup running backs, just taking on lead roles.
Well, dude, I might not be able to talk to you for the next few days. Like this is serious shit.
It's a big week.
Like,
this is actually like
this is serious. I did not. This is
if
serious
you beat
shit.
me, I'm not quite buried, but I actually
I'm
like
buried.
no disrespect. You are buried. If
I'm
I
done.
You.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. All hand to the Lord
and we're
God
both,
Almighty.
I'm 4 and 5. You're 3 and 6. So it's not like we're talking big shit over here.
I've lost 3 straight, dude. I've lost 3 straight on some bullshit.
Hey, second place is 5 and 4, tied for 5 and 4. So it's a close ass league. So
It's a real close league. Yeah, we turned it to Dynasty this year, and holy
Only
cow.
one team is running away.
Woo! Yeah, and honestly, because of effing Derrick Henry for the first
Oh,
half of the year, and now he's gone, and I guarantee you he starts to slide back into the pack. So, hey, who am I? But I am one guy that doesn't need to fucking lose in our fantasy league this week. That's who I am. I'll tell you that for sure. So thanks for bringing that to my attention, partner. I did have a claim out, but yeah, outside other than that, the couple of guys that I would have put a claim on, nobody fucking really went after him. So it's like, maybe we'll see what happens. Who knows? But yeah, I don't have favorable matchups either way. So shout out to you. Shout out to you guys if you're fantasy football players. If you got any questions, drop them in the comments, whatever. We can't see them on Twitter, which really sucks. I hate that they do that when we use StreamYard. So if you pop in there, you see anything, Mags, just let me know. But outside of that, dude, want to talk just a few leans that I saw that I didn't really want to dish out on the show. It's like best bets, but fuck, as we sit here and talk about them, I might end up hammering them in. Actually, the other breaking news we got to get back to, you brought it up midway through the show and I started, so we could come here before we get to the lanes. Odell to the Packers, veteran minimum. What's the deal? What's going on? In my mind, I just don't think that he takes a veteran minimum to go play in Green Bay.
For a few months? You don't think so?
I don't know. I don't
actually don't know exactly what the vet minimum is. It's I don't
probably
know if it's
not
under
shit.
$1 million. It's not shit, but he doesn't need shit. Like if you really think that's where he's going to go to potentially win.
That's just bolstering your confidence to think that he's going to be there long term and that they're going to win a Super Bowl.
Oh, I'm not talking about long term past this year.
Oh, so you just think it's for the Super Bowl, huh?
For this year, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Fuck your Super Bowl. Packers ain't going to the Super Bowl. Packers ain't going to the Super Bowl.
I mean, it's not like he's going to get that much more. If someone was going to pay him, they would have picked him up off waivers and paid the $8 million for the rest of the year. So it's not like he's going to get more than $3-4 million if he goes somewhere else. Like that's the max he's going to get. For a year.
And the fact that nobody put out a claim on him just kind of goes to show that like nobody's really running to the market to go get this fish.
Nobody
my
wants
friends,
to pay $8 million.
Yeah, that too. So I'm actually really surprised that old Goody even like is taking the shot with how everything's kind of going. But maybe old Rose they finally got on the same spot.
Well, that's what like if he doesn't come there, I won't be too bummed. But if he does, it'll signify to me that they're on board. They've talked to everyone they need to talk to. Rodgers, LaFleur, everyone's on board, and they're not concerned about. Because obviously he's had problems everywhere he goes, but I still think it's overblown as far as him being like a locker room cancer, and he's not going to go in and talk like if he comes in talking shit about Rodgers or Devontae Adams, they're just going to tell you like everyone in the locker room and everyone in the media is going to be like, all right, guy, like now it's really time to shut the hell up. Like get on with it. Go ahead and get on here.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that they're going to waste if there's that issue. I don't know that they're going to waste this time just to say, "Oh, go on and get out of here now, Odell. Thanks for coming around."
Well, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's what it's going to happen. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I think there is plenty to the whole fucking whatchamacallit locker room cancer because this last ordeal, even though it wasn't really him. Come on, man. Like his dad really clipped up the whole deal and did the whole thing. Like that's
what I'm saying. Like you can't do that. If you do that to Aaron Rodgers, the reigning
insane.
MVP, people are just going to laugh at you this time around.
Yeah, but I don't know if it did. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's not just like a laugh it off situation. Like oh yeah, Odell's really stupid this time. Whatever. Like that's because then there really goes your Super Bowl homeboy. Like
I get it. That's what I'm saying. If they bring him in, that signifies to me that they have no concerns about any of that type of stuff. Is what I'm trying to say.
For sure. They got no concerns, but I think maybe he puts on that old mask we like to
But
talk
then at the same
about.
time, it's interesting because if they do that, then Randall Cobb becomes almost obsolete.
Yeah,
so
what was the point of bringing him in? Like picking him up from like moving him and his whole family out of Houston. Like thanks a lot, Aaron.
I'm not going to cut him, but yeah, still.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Either way, wild times to be a Packers fan, wild times to even bring up the name Aaron Rodgers, and I didn't think it would ever be for the reasons why. And you know what? He said something really powerful, and I'll actually get off of this soapbox. We don't fuck around in this world. This is not our world. Politics, the bullshit, it ain't what we do. But what I will say is what he said when I'm an athlete, I'm not an activist. He kind of got thrust into this. Like, this wasn't ever his intention to be like, oh, let me just stand up and fuck the vax, or I'm a vax, or whatever the fuck. I don't even know what the fuck people even talk about anymore because I just don't give a damn. I think talk about it.
He's almost more pissed off about that having thrust into it with no choice, I think, which,
and I would be too. I would be too Because he's a real cerebral fucking dude, man. And some of the, if you guys are fans of Pat McAfee's show, I know you are. Like, he's got the Aaron Rodgers Book Club on Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays. 6 out of the 10 he's given out so far are books that I got on my bookshelf. Like, and I want to hate the son of a bitch so much, but we think so similar, and I know exactly where he's coming from. So it is what it is. Doesn't look good. It's not going to look great, but like you said, get back on the field and ball. So hopefully for your sake, he gets to do that here this upcoming Sunday. A little word on the street, you might not be going up to Lambeau this weekend, huh?
Yeah, it sounded like it was in the plans. Papa got COVID, so probably not going to be going. Hopefully going later in the season.
Shout out Papa Magnuson, T's and P's. Hope you get to feeling better. Beat that old son of a bitch, Uncle COVID, and we'll see you on the other side, soldier.
Quick sidebar about my mom was like, "Oh, I watched the show today. Who was that guy you had on the show?" And I was like, "We didn't have anyone on the show today." She's like, "Yeah, it was. You had a guy on the show today." It's like, no, we didn't. You must have been watching just a random episode of Wise Words. She's like, "No, there was someone on the show." And I said, I believe that there was someone on the show you were watching. You were not watching our live show from yesterday.
No, I don't think so. Unless somebody popped in.
Shout out if you found us today, Ma. Shout out.
Hey, shout out, Ma. Shout out, Mama Magnuson. Shout out, Mama Jones. My mama. Know she always tuning in. Love you, Ma. Outside of that, shout out to all of you guys. We appreciate the fuck out of you guys. Just being able to come here, talk some nonsense, talk some bets, talk some everything. And like we always say, keep chasing our passion and allow us to grow our network and the industry to continue to help bring you guys bigger and better content. And man, oh man, I tweeted out last night, dude. I don't know if you saw it. I tweeted like a year ago. I was like, we all have to start somewhere. Big things incoming, and I didn't even realize like I fucking tweeted it. And that's the power, my friends, of just putting shit out into this world. Just visualization, and having a delusion that you already made it. I didn't know what we have 3 fucking shows, Mags. This is nothing that I had planned. Yeah. So I'll talk about it more in my motivation minutes for sure. Kind of where I centered everything today for my motivation minutes. A little something about chasing your dreams and passions. But sticking with kind of the nonsense we got going on right now, some leans. Back to the leans, partner. Couple of college basketball ones that I wanted to ask you about. Didn't know if you had any particular feelings. But
I love the board today for college basketball.
Didn't love it myself either. But day of the dog yesterday. Some big upsets, some big nonsense. I think there's going to continue to be that same thing. I got my dog finding sites zeroed in on 2 here, and I want to know your opinion because I don't, and I could be totally off. And I also, and I don't like them anymore. Okay, so the 2 that I really like, I like Youngstown State plus 17 and their money line plus 900. Do a little sprinkle on each. Now, Youngstown State is not great by any means whatsoever. They're the fucking Penguins, and they're going up against the Nittany Lions. Okay, right. I understand this, but this is not football. This is basketball, and it can happen crazy things any doggone day. That's why I love college basketball, because it's so much more athletically equal, if you will. Because the Youngstown State plays Penn State in a football game. Penn State's liable to kill a few guys on the defensive side of the ball. Right. It's just how it's going to be. Basketball, it's not how it's going to be.
Right.
I like the plus 17. Penn State's got a whole new lineup coming in here in 2021. I kind of played into some of the chemistry, cohesion things yesterday. Played off on a couple plays, didn't pay off on a couple plays. What do you think? Am I crazy on Youngstown State plus 17.5? A little sprinkle on their money line, or are you just, forget it?
I'm staying away, but I don't think you're crazy. I mean, the one thing for me that especially after yesterday, that I really want to zero in on is kind of like you said, there are some games, however, like that USF Bethune-Cookman game, it ended up pushing out for me at plus 21, but USF, the reason Cookman was able to stay in is because of the lack of cohesion. But when you actually watch the game, it was like, wow, USF is so much more athletic, so much stronger and faster. Every once in a while, they would just bully him and take the ball from him. And so you really have to, like you said, if you find a team that's not physically disadvantaged like that, and they're a dog like that in this early part, I think that those are the ones that you can really buy into. And then, because there's sometimes where you get to the game and you start watching, it's like, wow, these dudes look like high school kids playing up against a D1 college. Like, get me the hell out of here. So I think that's, if you can figure out where you have those edges as far as a team that's not a pipsqueak team, for lack of a better term, then you have some value. And I think you might have something there in Youngstown State in the 17.5.
I think so. As far as, because I know Ken Palm that you mentioned that, as far as like height and whatnot, I don't know if he breaks it down. Oh yeah, he fucking breaks it down team by team. So Youngstown State, holy bejeepers.
Really?
Yeah. So Youngstown State, they're they're not good. Let's stay off
Okay.
of that.
Okay.
Not as
Okay.
far as height, but I think they're coming into this just fine. They are creating a shitload of severe monetary liability
Yeah.
for the books right now. 59% of bets, 96% of actual money
That's
wagered
on Youngstown?
on Youngstown State
Okay.
plus 17, plus 17 and a half. So might do a little sprinkle. You might see that pop up in my bet slip. The other one that I love this one, and I need you to talk me off the ledge because I might be a homer because of where we live. I love William and Mary going up against Wake Forest. It's ticked up from plus 14 to plus 15, so that gives me a little more pause now because Wake Forest was getting the sharp side like crazy this morning. But William and Mary, man, they are a very, very, very underrated team. They play in the CAA Colonial Athletic Conference, and they got a guy, Connor Cochera. He is from Arlington Heights. Shout out Arlington Heights, first place I lived when I moved up here, and he balled out. He was actually the CAA Rookie of the Year last year. So I think he is going to ball out in this game. I think he's going to keep him in it. I think William and Mary play a damn game. You're a Big Ten guy. Here you go. Is Wake Forest being extremely? Oh, they're not Big Ten.
ACC.
Yeah, it's
I am a
ACC.
big.
What the fuck
I
am
love
saying?
ACC basketball. Almost the same though.
I always, yeah, I know that. I always, for some reason, I always group Wake Forest in for some reason with Big Ten. But ACC, yeah. Are you? I do too as well. I feel like Wake is just being overvalued in that spot, man. Like I don't know the last time that I've ran to the boards and say, oh yeah, the Deacons minus 15, minus 10, shit, minus 8. Like, and give me the Deeks. Like,
Yeah, I mean, if you think I'd be interested in riding with you. There is a lot of monetary value on the Wake Forest. There's 85% of money on Wake minus 15. It looks like right around there. I kind of like it because Wake Forest. I think you're right. If you think William and Mary's undervalued, I think Wake Forest is overvalued as well because they
yeah,
were a really bad ACC team, and it doesn't seem
yeah,
like it's going to be much different. Those are
no.
the ones early on in these spots with these big spreads where I like to fade the Power Five teams that probably aren't very good. And as long as you think you have an edge with that mid-major team, I think that's a spot I'd be interested in riding in that one with your partner.
I might look a little bit deeper into that one. I found some key things that I really like. But yeah, then again, it's going to be just a little challenging. But I do like William and Mary, man. Well, shit. And now Wake Forest is becoming the public side, so fuck it, man. I think I like it. I think I like it. I think it's moving up to that 15 just to get the public to continue to do what they're doing and keep dumping money on the Deeks, man. I honestly, I don't know the last time I've looked at a Demon Deacon spread where even they weren't an underdog and said, oh yeah. And you know why? Because they're 1-4 ATS in their last 5 fucking games. Plus 8.5 they failed, 4.5 they failed, 10.5 they failed, 3.5 they failed, and they got 9, 80 to 77. Like, I think
Yeah,
you gotta give me
I
William
think
and
they're a
Mary.
similar team. Maybe I haven't dove deep into them enough, but they were not good last year, and I
Nope.
don't see
Nope.
any reason why it won't be the same.
No, I don't either. We can look at one quick final thing before we dive into maybe a little bit of action here as well. But let's see. Wake Forest. Wake Forest this year 105th per KenPom. Adjusted tempo 223rd in the nation, so nothing crazy. They ain't gonna boat race them. Not crazy offensive or defensive efficiency wise, really. As far as William and Mary, I know they're pretty decent stat wise actually. Outside of the top 250 in offensive and defensive efficiency, but I mean you're gonna have that when you play in the CAA.
Right.
It is what it is. Their tempo is actually better than Wake Forest, 184th in the nation adjusted tempo per KenPom. So. Shit, man. I might like me some William and Mary. It's in the bet slip, so stay tuned for my Action Network app, Action Plays. I might end up adding that. I'm going to look at a couple more things here off the show, but in the essence of time, we'll keep it grooving
Sure.
with some action. Now, why the hell didn't we have any action today, partner? What the fuck, dude? I thought
tricky.
you had some plays ready to rock and roll.
I do not. It's a little tricky. We got an Illinois team playing, so that removes one of the 3 games for us. But man, I mean, there's the other one's an 11-point spread, and these dogs have been profitable, but I don't know that that's the one I want to back. Bowling Green State, that is, plus 11 against Toledo.
Yeah.
They got the win against Buffalo last week, but after last night, that doesn't impress me at all. I don't know about you.
No.
And Toledo's they're one of the better teams in the MAC. Obviously, they haven't had the best season this year, but
So let me ask you this. Opened up 50.5, game total down 49.5. Sharp side right now, 29% of bet, 70% actual money wagered on the total. That's where I was leaning originally. Now it's ticked in that direction. I don't know if 49.5 has lost all the value. I hate to fucking take unders in a MAC game, dude, especially a college football total that just got into the 40s now. Are you
Seriously,
kidding
like
me?
that just isn't the Big Ten. I mean,
No,
I am
no.
I'm interested though. That
But
seems like
last
go ahead.
last 6 games, you got a total of 41, 27, boat raced each other, 88, and then another boat race, 90 or 103. Yes, I mean, I don't know. There's some in the 80s and 100s, but the last two, 41, 27. Now Toledo boat raced Bowling Green in the last one, 38-3, and the game before the Bowling Green Eagles, I think it is. Yeah, the Falcons.
Falcons.
They
Yeah,
hopped they
Falcons.
hopped in the boat and boat raced them 20-7 2 years ago. So I don't know, dude. I don't like a side really on that one. If I was going anywhere, I'd go to the under, but
Yeah.
there's no way that I can, in good faith, take under in a Maxion game at that total. But I may or may not have read like 4 fucking tweets in between the time I put my head on the pillow last night to the time I wake up that said, to the effect, paraphrasing, why don't I just go in and fucking start blindly betting Mac overs? And man, I just think that's exactly the spot that you want to back the under, but I don't know if I got the coyotes.
They wouldn't set it this low if it was going to steam over, or not steam. I shouldn't use the word steam in that sense, but you know what I'm trying to say. They
Yeah,
wouldn't set it that low if it wasn't going to blast through that number, man. I'm
yeah.
interested in it. I'm interested.
I'm interested too. I added it to the bet slip. We'll see if it gets hammered in. Other game on tap, we got the Kent State Golden Flashes, the Central Michigan Chippewas. I've told you this time and time again. I've told you guys this time and time again. Anytime I back the chips, they fuck me. Anytime I fade the chips, they fuck me. So I'm going to stay way the hell away from this game. I hate the chips so much. They take so much of my money, regardless if I back them or if I fade them. I can't call it. If I'm leaning anywhere, I'm leaning to Kent State. I like the Golden Flashes here, but I don't know. Can't call it.
I think it's a coin toss, man, which is
Yeah.
kind of I want to fit myself into it. I'm interested in Kent State all the same, but I think it's much closer to a coin toss here, and I don't know. I don't see the value.
So let me ask you this. Last week, Khalil Pimpleton, if you didn't follow along on Twitter during Central Michigan, had 3 fucking tutty returns off of punts and kickoffs. Absolutely electric. Now, due for a little bit of regression. You know, that's an mom anomaly, you know, that's one of them
Yeah.
mom anomaly things. So they got the total at 75.5. Under is getting 43% of bets, but 89% actual money wagered on the total. Again, another under I'm interested in, but these teams could come out boat racing central, left, right, and center, and I don't know. If
This
I'm
is
leaning
not.
anywhere, and it sounds fucking insane, I'm leaning both unders in Kent State, Central Michigan, and I'm leaning under Toledo, Bowling Green, and then obviously got to stay away from Ball NIU. But I like NIU at home plus the 2.5. Give me the Huskies, dude, but I can't take it.
Right, same with me. That 75.5, man. I mean, it's a huge number, but
Low.
that's the one where maybe it does go way over. I don't know, dude. I want to have some action, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at some more things because these dogs have been profitable to some degree, aside from Buffalo last night, obviously. But I at some point I feel like it's those underdogs are going to start being a trap, and that's why otherwise I'd be interested in Kent State. I'm worried it's a trap though, and the chips are the way to go. I don't know.
Yeah. Dude, maybe we'll start doing this a little more too. In addition to your sidebar, maybe some leans we got, bring some leans to the show and talk through it like this. Because obviously it's not only value for me and you, but value for everybody tuning in if they're maybe thinking of something too on that end and they're kind of stuck. So one final one I wanted to mention. I'm going to the ice, my friend. And I know that we typically like to stay the fuck away from the ice.
Not my world.
And really not I've proved kind of in a nutshell it's not really my world either, as I kind of got you over to the Florida Panthers and it was a classic setup spot. So might I direct your attention to what I think is a setup spot this time that I've targeted? Philadelphia Flyers at home, plus 110 underdogs. They've been jacking around all morning, left, right, and center, plus 130, plus 115, plus 110. They're moving all over all types of books. Sharp side on the money line right now, 42% of bets, 76% actual money wagered. Now, the Maple Leafs have been damn good. They've been real solid so far after a little bit of an opening couple game skid. Now they just lost to the Kings 5-1, and that was only on Monday. Kings are not a great team. They're okay, but they're not great. Not by any means. And the Philadelphia Flyers being at home, I don't know shit about shit, but it just seems like the Philadelphia Flyers should not, like, the Maple Leafs should be so much longer favorites than that. They should just be huge favorites in that spot. I don't know. I'm kind of a fan of the Philadelphia Flyers at 6-2 with plus money. And they're not on any type of streak. It's not like they're about to break some type of crazy streak or anything whatsoever. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. What say you?
I don't know. I think I have too much to say there, honestly, because I really don't know. I feel like maybe the 6-2 is why it's close. I don't know. Like I said, not my world, and have not watched a second of either of these teams. So
okay, well, I've watched a little bit, and the Flyers have been profitable. The Flyers have been profitable.
Wish I could help, but I don't know.
The Flyers have been profitable for us, though. So a couple of times we've cashed them on the doggone show, as actually for like parlays and shit. Yeah. So 6-2 for them, 7-5, but also 6-2. Why are they the plus money pooches? Who knows? I don't know. Maybe I won't even come near to that, touch that one. We'll just keep an eye on that one. Who knows? That's all my leans. Anything you were looking at? Anything you might have added to the bet slip? If it wasn't a show where we like to give out only winners.
Yeah. Last one out of the NBA, the Knicks-Bucks. Knicks up to -4.
Ooh.
Line has been climbing and climbing. We've said it. We like the Knicks at home, and I hate to back. Like, I backed the Bucks in a wrong spot last week and lost against the Knicks. Knicks stormed back from down 20, and then they play like a week later, within a week or so. I hate to take the other side because just from a superstition standpoint, not even a gambling like aspect of it, I always lose whenever I lose on one side. Then I flip to the other side the next week, and then I lose again. So that's kind of why I'm interested in staying away. But big money coming in on the Knicks, man, and the line keeps climbing. This Bucks team is so banged up. Giannis's brother is starting. Grayson Allen is starting. They're pretty ugly. They're an ugly team right now, man, and Giannis can only do so much. So I'm interested in the Knicks, but I don't know.
Yeah, you were shitting your pants over Grayson Allen. He come out fucking hooping against the Knicks.
Had him up 19 in the first quarter. I thought I had a winner on my hands, dude.
Flopped. Yeah, I think this is the right spot. I think a little White House hangover, if you will, too.
That too. I forgot about that. Yes, you did say
Bucks
that.
Coming from the old White House yesterday, all the things, you know. It's a big deal going to the old Oval Office, you know.
Sure.
So, hey, Bucks 3-9 ATS last 12 games as a road dog. 1-4 ATS last 5 as a dog. 0-4 ATS last 4 playing on 0 days rest.
Hey, I love the Knicks at home. That's all. Half of it for me, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. Knicks still got some decent trends too. 24-9 ATS last 33 games. There's a team with a losing straight up record, playing absolutely brutal right now with the Bucks, man. I saw it last night at -2.5, and I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, this has got to be a setup. I got to wait and see some shit. Woke up this morning in my slip, it had already turned to 4, and I go, great, wonderful. I had targeted it, and it's the right side. Now, I don't know if 4 kicks all the value out of it. I don't think it does. Might end up adding it. We'll see. We'll see where it moves around, what's it flutters at today. If it sticks around 4, then I'll probably hammer it in.
I think so, too.
Well, there you go. There you have it. The Moneyline Dice roll was going to be the Pacers versus the Nuggets. No Joker. Hope you guys got a good laugh out of my Jokic brothers. Did you see that last night, Mags, that I tweeted that? I found shout out Savage Videos on Instagram. They always post funny ass shit, and it looked like where they're for Serbia. Is that where they're?
I think so.
Yeah. Shit. Hey, Joker brothers. Hey. I'm sorry. Hey, chill out. Chill out. All right, chill out. I think it's Serbia. I don't know for sure. Either way, it looked like kind of that's where they were, and there was like a bad play, and like this one of the players was like chasing the ref around the court and like jumped over the wall and all this shit. So I hope you guys got a good fucking laugh out of that one. But man, that's some crazy shit going on right there. Like all types of nonsense. Joker taking out, was it Markieff or Marcus?
I honestly don't know.
I don't know who plays on the Heat. I think it's Markieff. Either way, absolute nonsense going on. I myself personally now. I like to buy into the D-Hop formula. I fear God, homie. I fear God. You're a man just like I am. But those are a different
I would be
type
afraid
of
of
man.
the Jokic brothers. I would be afraid of the Jokic brothers if they're staring me and my brothers down in the face.
That's a different type of human.
Yeah.
Those guys grow up killing bears and then eating them for breakfast. Those guys.
And
those
they
guys are
stand
fucking
at least
crazy.
6'8" to 7'2".
Yeah, I think I'm good on that one. Let me go get my ladder and then maybe we can resume this boxing match. Yeah,
And
no
if
thanks.
if his two brothers are
No
half as
thanks.
coordinated as the Nuggets Yoker is, I no thank you.
And I would have to imagine so.
At least half.
At
At least
least
half.
half of something, because they are fucking huge. I
The
don't
older
even.
one is scary, dude. I
And
look
then,
at
and
his
then,
eyes.
and then here's the thing, Mags. Then you got little Sally Q Sample, security guard, fucking in front of these guys.
Yeah, I
and
didn't see
just
all of it.
fucking whoever's niece she is, and all of a sudden she turns around, she sees these two big fucking behemoths and goes, "How the fuck did I get here? What the fuck's going on?" And then she sees them jumping down. She goes, "Oh my god!" Can you imagine? What the fuck is this little
I would do the
150
same
pound girl
thing.
gonna do?
I would do the same thing.
Do you see? I know I tell you this all the time. I did it when we were at the Pfizer Forum. I see some of these fucking security guards, and it's
yeah.
just like, what the fuck are you gonna do?
And
Like,
it's, I mean,
what
I
are
would.
you gonna do?
You would say the same thing about me. It's not even just like I would be in that spot, and you said, "What the hell are you gonna do?"
What are you?
And I'd say,
gonna
"Yeah,
do?
I don't know, dude."
So then
Good
I broke
question.
it down. I don't remember who I was talking about with it, but literally they are there. Oh, and it was the UFC fights this weekend. Like some
Yeah.
of the guys in the cage. I'm like, what are you gonna do, guy? Like,
Yeah.
no way right now. And it's literally just a body. Just get in the way. Get in the way of whatever's going on. Just get yourself in the way. You ain't got to do nothing. Just get in the way. If you can't even pick them up, do nothing. Just get in the way. And again, I go back to little Sally Q Sample, who got the job on the weekend, who's now been told that she's got to get in the way of, let's say, I don't know, Francis Ngannou and Cyril Gane. I mean, give me a
I don't
break,
care
my
if it's
friend.
the lightweights, dude. I don't care.
No, she's getting plowed over. No way. And then you got even worse shit on your hands. Just, hey, I'm all for equal this, equal that, diversification, empowerment, everything. But Sally Q Sample, 150 pounds, don't need to be getting her ass run the fuck over by Brock Lesnar, okay? That is not something that needs to be happening. So there you go. There you have it. Don't know how we got on the rabbit hole of a security
The Yokers, dude. The Yokers.
I cracked myself up. Holy shit, man. I hope you guys are getting some good laughs, because I'm slap happy today. College basketball's back. Life is good. Life's sweet. Everything in between. Couple of TTL announcements about 10 minutes after the hour. Announcements, and we'll wrap it all up here for you guys. Wise words. Episode number 10 drops today in but 50 short minutes, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. It features the legendary... Not going to tell you at all. You're going to have to sit around, wait, hang out, deliberate, debate who the hell it might be. We've gone back and forth with them a little bit on Twitter here over the last few days now. Started to build that connection. Shout out. You know who you are if you see it. But it will be dropping today at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Wise Words episode number 10. Now, what's so special about that is that episode number 10 is the last episode of season number 1. We will not be doing an episode next week. So... the 17th, I believe it is. I want to tell you guys accurately. Yes, the 17th, there will be no episode of the Wise Words podcast. No drop on Wednesday. No. We will resume the Wise Words pod with season 2, episode number 1, on Wednesday, November the 24th. Absolute electric guest to kick things off. I cannot wait. Wealth of knowledge, and from a completely different, I won't even say completely different, I'll just tell you, from an entire UFC background, my friends. And if you know me, you know how much I lose my mind over UFC. Not to mention I write the weekly blog on Saturdays. I love the UFC, and that's how we're kicking off season 2. Then episode number 2, we have somebody, might I say, you used to go out of your way to fade. Now you might be looking forward to seeing his plays. That's all I'll give you. Who knows? Maybe somebody got hot overnight. I don't know what's going on, but season 2, episode 2, another electric guest. Then season 2, episode number 3, on the 8th, December the 8th, that is going to be another electric guest. So we got the first 3 episodes lined out. That is all of Wise Words for this point. We're working on a few other big name guests, some other pretty cool stuff we got coming around the corner. And just maybe by that time, we might even be a part of some other stuff too. Who knows? Throwing some stuff out in the world yet again. And I think we got some big stuff coming here, partner. So y'all stay tuned.
Who's to say?
Who's to say? Y'all stay tuned. Big things coming around the corner for the TTL crew here. Outside of that, if you didn't also know, every Saturday at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, me and this fellow over here sit in pretty much this exact format, a little bit different looking. We sit in a pile of coffee beans with a couple of Benjamins in between us for what we like to call Cup of Joe on campus. We wake up with you on Saturday mornings, have a nice cup of Joe, and talk about everything college. College football, college basketball. This upcoming Saturday, 162 official games on the slate. Come prepared, come ready. Make sure you have your sports books. Make sure you have your pens and paper. We'll be talking games that we've already hammered in. We'll be talking games that we're staying far away from. We'll be talking games that we still have question marks. And my friends, I do believe we have a special guest that is going to be joining us this Saturday. Don't hold me to it. I gotta have another little back and forth discussion with him. Being the charitable man he is, he's got a little something going on his neck of the woods, and it might be going on during that time, but I gotta double check. So he's got a little fundraiser, little thing going on, but he might be out of that or he might not have to go to that until later. So if not, might be popping in. We might have a little special guest on Saturday.
All right.
If not, for sure the following Saturday.
Okay.
Outside of that, I got a couple other guests lined up for that. Me and you will talk about that, and you guys will just have to stay tuned. A Cup of Joe on campus, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time to about 9:30, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time every Saturday, talking all things college football and college basketball. Outside of that, additional content. You like blogs, you like to read. I like to read. You can read my UFC blogs every Saturday. I drop those, or late night Friday for all you faithful. I drop those on our website, talkingtheline.com. You can get them early right into your email inbox if you subscribe to the blog on our website. We will never send you any spam. We will never send you any viruses. We will never send you any bullshit because we don't like it ourselves. So what type of dumbasses would we be to send it to you? Exactly. Makes no sense. All we'll ever send you is our blogs, our insights, our analysis, maybe some laughs, maybe some inspiration. Who knows? Make sure you sign up for that, because also RMags has his Extra Cheddar blog, his weekly Packers bets, props, picks, everything in between. He's been absolutely murdering it. Nobody knows your own team like you know, so why not write a blog about your own team and guys you think you're going off? So Max took that upon himself, wearing the cheesehead every Sunday, maybe in the morning, maybe in the afternoon, just depends when the Packs play. So there's another thing you get, and I got a couple other ideas cooked up. Now we're full college basketball season. I got a couple other things that I'm be writing about. Maybe a little weekly roundup, maybe a little nightly roundup. Some guys we need to talk about. Some guys you need to, hey, like for instance, last night, Ogunjobi. Not Ogunjobi. Kansas, help me out.
Okay, Ogunjobi?
Oh, is it Ogunjobi?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I was saying it right. I didn't think it was right. Absolutely shit off. 29 points, career high. Let's effing go. Some guys like that. Maybe we need to talk about him. Maybe you need to know about him. Maybe let's say, hey, how did all the dogs do last night? How did all the favorites do? What are we seeing for today? What are we doing? What are we moving? What are we growing? What are the early lines that Colt's already seen you guys need to be aware of? And holy shit, you just might get it delivered in your email inbox at 11 p.m. Central Standard Time, and you'll have it as soon as you wake up drinking your cup of Joe the next day. Who's to say?
Who's to say?
I just think you should subscribe. I don't know. I just think you should. So all that being said, if you can't remember anything I just said, it's all in one central location. Either the Talking the Line link tree in this episode's description, or you just go to talkingtheline.com. Super simple. No dashes, no spaces, no nothing. Talkingtheline.com. You will see all of our latest content. You will see our blogs, all of our shows, additional stuff, our partners who we work with, Moneyline Dice, Rogue Energy, all types of different stuff we have, Tally Site. Make sure you check all of that stuff out. One central location, everything TTL content and more. Now, this is generally about the time when news starts coming out. Last few minutes of the show here before we wrap it up with some motivation minutes, get y'all on about your day. Anything that I am missing, anything that I have not deliberated on or brought to the attention of all of us here, partner?
Not really, actually. I mean, there's some random like practice news. That's a lot of it. Dalvin Cook's got some interesting legal stuff going on, but it sounds like he'll be there on Sunday as well. Like conflicting accusations from him and his girlfriend. So it sounds like he is.
Don't think that
still
was
rock and
girlfriend.
roll.
Don't think that was girlfriend.
No?
That was
Oh,
not
okay.
that wasn't
Okay.
girlfriend. No,
Okay.
that
My
was
bad.
a whole other.
We don't get
Yeah.
into that, but
Yeah, we don't get into that, but yeah, I'm sure we will find out a lot more. I read through the whole article last night just to kind of get updated on it, and we are apparently going to be finding out a lot more today because he has not like opted out of practice or media availability or anything today. So I'm sure there'll be more coming out, but you ain't gonna find it here.
Greg the Leg for the Cowboys, kicker for the Cowboys. They might need to be finding a one-day replacement for him. COVID reserve
dude?
list.
Come on! Now I got a battle. Come on,
Legatron.
dude. Like that's my kicker. Like, screw you. Okay, screw you. I don't need your nonsense. You're supposed to. This is ridiculous. You're my enemy off of this show right now, pal. I am. No, this is what you're gonna be seeing, pal. This is what you're gonna be seeing all day long.
So you're gonna be seeing
No,
Mitch.
bullshit. I'm tired of it. You ain't fucking beat me this time around, Mags. It ain't happening. Screw your Nino. It's not making landfall at Club Colt. It's going to Club Dub Colt, and that's what's going to happen, and that's all that's going to happen, pal. I don't give a shit about your shitty-ass running back situation. Dearness Johnson ain't going to go off. Well, I hope he does as a human being. I really, really like him. But he ain't going to go off this week at all. No shot in hell. So,
I might even just start Melvin Gordon instead.
oh, if wishes were for fishes, the world would be an ocean. And that's what you are this week, pal. Dreaming that you're going to get this win. The next time you even so much as think that you're going to beat me, you better wake up and apologize. No way, my friend. No way.
You know what this sounds like? Do you have a guess?
The truth?
Oh, no. Fucking truth. Fuck out of here. No, it sounds like the Bears and Packers where you get delusional and think you have a chance. And then, I might change my team name this week to I Own You. I still own you.
Look, my team's so bad, you ever catch my team in the forest fighting a bear, you better go on over there and fucking help the bear, pal. All right? We're about to fill this whole fantasy field with uppercut. You better just get ready to be hitting just left, right, and center, my friend, because it ain't going to end well for you. All right?
You're lucky. You're the one that
Facts.
clips these shows. Otherwise, I'd have some ammo ready to go for Monday when I am up 50 fucking points.
Oh shit! I love it. I fucking I'll do it to myself if I'm up 50 points. We'll definitely do it because it's gonna be highly contested and hopefully I finally kick your ass. But
Big one.
There you go. Once again, brief 40 minutes from this moment right here. Wise Words episode number 10 will be dropping on the Talking the Line Sports Media YouTube channel. You can find that in our link tree, or if you're watching live, we appreciate you. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss the drop. Coming to you live in prime time will be the last episode of season 1, and then we will not do an episode next week, and we'll be back the 24th. So stay tuned for all of that, season 2, episode 1, and then stay tuned for episode number 10, dropping in 39 minutes, my friends. Just ticked over as I looked. Okay, outside of that, my friends, last but certainly not least, let's wrap up this old show here with a little something that I like to do for you guys. A little inspiration, a little motivation, a little good energy to send you on about your day. So let's wrap it up with my motivation minutes. Now, pretty straightforward, pretty simple. I told you guys at the beginning of the show, actually, that I tweeted out about a year ago. I tweeted out, everyone has to start somewhere. I don't know exactly what I even tweeted. Everyone has to start somewhere. Big things coming right around the corner, and a bunch of different sports balls, and then an eye, and a basketball, baseball, a hockey stick, whatever, all the emojis. And it was just putting it out into the world. It wasn't, exactly. It was
Here we are.
It was putting it out into the world and basically letting everybody know, hey, watch the fuck out, I'm coming through. This is the lookout world. Here comes Colt. I don't know in what form, what shape, what situation. I have no idea. Hell, at that point in time, we hadn't even come up with the daily newsletter yet. I had just come up with an idea that I knew I needed to be in this industry, and I wake up every single morning so grateful that I had that on my heart, because I wake up every morning juiced, excited, overjoyed, ready to tackle the effing world, regardless of if it's just a couple of games on the slate for a day and we really don't have much going. I absolutely love it, and I challenge you guys to find your dream, find your passion, and when you do, just get up and go put in the work. That's all it takes. Really, it's all it takes. You just have to get up every single day and be willing to just go to work. There's no secret formula. There's no magic recipe. If you can create connections, if you can talk to people, if you can simply have a vision and have the delusion to continue chasing that vision when nobody else even sees it or believes in it, then you got half the battle won. Because it's all it takes. And then the rest will fill in between. And you're slowly seeing it fill in between for me and old buddy guy over there. And I can't be more just almost beside myself that I knew this was possible. Certain things we were doing were completely possible, but never had them cooked up in my mind, never really had the inkling that it would go this far. And this is not even a peak at all, not even close to a peak. And what it takes, my friends, is operating in binary code. And what do I mean by that? If you don't know binary code, it's zeros and ones. It's how computers read their script and whatever. I'm not a fucking computer genius. I'm not getting into that. But it's just ones and zeros. That's all it is. And that's how you should live your life. 0, 1. Yes, no. I will, I won't. There's none of this fence bullshit. There's none of this, when I get a little bit more money saved up, I'll move out of my parents' house. When I have a couple more connections, then I'll figure this out. Because if you live on that fence, you're going to be there for the rest of your life. There is, if you can come up with an excuse every minute of every single day of every single week of every single month of every single year that will cause you not to chase your dreams and passions and fulfill every goal that you have in your mind. You will stop. You won't want to go. And there are so many people that say, oh, I wish I could chase my dreams or passions, or it's such the mantra that so many people say, oh, no, hardly anybody ever gets to chase their dreams and passions in this life. Why? Because they're too scared. Because they might be afraid that they might not measure up and be good enough. Well, I'm telling you what, my friends, if you have a passion about something, if you have a dream about something, and you know that you can do it just as good as the people who are already successful in XYZ industry, or maybe even better, or maybe even bring an entirely different spin to the industry that nobody else does, then go chase it. Go after it. Because you bring something special to the table, I promise you. And as long as you get up every single day and go to work, it just gets another day closer. And let me tell you, my friends, closing thought, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. There's plenty of times when we want to toss in the towel with whatever the case might be, whatever situation it might be. But I promise you, you will get there. There will be bumps, there will be roadblocks, there will be the walls that I talk about in your path that you can't figure out a way to blast through, and you ain't got a rope long enough to climb over the top of them. But the best part about it is even if you got to build camp in front of that wall in your path and sleep there for 2 weeks straight and wake up every morning and deliberate how the fuck you're going to get over that wall, as long as you keep doing that every single morning, I guarantee you will find a way to get over that wall. So go chase your dreams and passions, my friends. Get up and go to work every single day and bring them one day closer to you. Do everything in your power to bring them to fulfillment. And I promise you, they will. That does it for my motivation minutes of the day.
Fantastic stuff, my guy. I mean, the biggest thing that, maybe not the biggest thing I should say, but the thing that I will just kind of echo is that whether it's excuses as far as not taking that, whether it's taking a jump or just taking a jump to actually start grinding it, even if you are still doing something else. Mm-hmm. A lot of people have that, I can start next month. I know I can do this, but, let me just kick back my feet for a couple more weeks, and then I'll kick the ground running and start of the new month. Next month's going to come around. This goofy meme bring up, but that SpongeBob, I don't feel like it, unless, and that'll creep into your head if you allow yourself to keep letting it creep into your head. So, like you said, it's either yes or no, and if it's anywhere in between, it's basically a no.
Yeah, 100%. There is no in between. If it's not a yes, it's a no, boys. Mm-hmm. Like, boys and girls, period. If it's not a yes, it's a no. And if you just stop making excuses, seriously, I'm glad that's what you mentioned, partner, because it's way too easy to make excuses. It's hard to just keep getting after it, and that's what we like to try and do. Get up every single day, get after it, and share a little motivation, inspiration with you guys. So there you go, there you have it, my motivation minutes of the day. Okay, well, it's about that time. A little bit longer episode here. We didn't have many. We had a lot of shit to talk about. A little bit of nonsense going on. Partner, one final time. Anything that I forgot or left out, or you got to drop down here?
Carson Wentz's wife is due on Sunday. Due to have their baby on Sunday. I did not realize that was the case. He said he told her he's playing in Sunday's game against Jacksonville if she does go into labor that day.
Give me the Jags plus 10.5.
Yeah. Okay.
He don't get daddy power until he sees the kid.
So what if the kid is confirmed born before, at, or during game time?
During game time, I'm okay. If it's before, the some bitch has an opportunity to see the little bastard with the power of FaceTime. So then we got some issues. But if it is not before and she somehow happenstance goes into labor like halftime and the little bastard doesn't pop out his head till like fourth quarter, then we're talking. We got something to fucking discuss here, pal.
Maybe a little live bet if it's hey, Carson Wentz just had his baby. Live bet the Colts.
Quite possibly. If he sees said child, instantaneously dad power. Never loses again. They might win the fucking Super Bowl. I had no idea he was even having a kid. So that blew my mind right there. So... maybe the Colts turn around, talk about a team who needs receiver help, but seem to have no interest in going after OBJ. So, hey, whatever.
He has no interest in them.
Now, listen here. I can't do a good Chris Ballard. He's got one of the best doggone country accents there is. But yeah, good old Chris Ballard did not feel that there was a need.
Your country accent always just goes like at least 80% Nick Saban, which you do very well when you try to go full Nick Saban.
Well,
but
it's
every
just
country accent,
it's just what my daggone accent is. Well, you fucking daggone right there. Like, it's just what my accent is, so then I end up sounding like fucking Coach. So, hey, fuck it. I'll work on my Saban accent.
When you're trying to go full Saban, it's a very good Saban, but everyone else, it's just at least a little bit of Saban in there.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of Saban in him. So maybe I'll just stick to my Saban impressions and we'll go, all right now. So, all that being said, anything else? Any other deliberations, pal?
No, sir.
That's a show. All right, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, degenerates and gamblers, far and wide. For myself and Mags. Thank you so much for choosing to stop by the TTL Pod today. We hope you got some good vibes. Certainly feels like to me good vibes were achieved over here, partner. And seems to me like we got one hell of a Wednesday ahead of us. What do you think?
Oh, I think so.
All right. Well, without further ado, thank you guys so much again for stopping by. We cannot tell you how much we appreciate your support, your following, everything in between. It means the world to us from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you for allowing us to get up every day, chase our dreams, chase our passions, and bring you some insights, analysis, and everything in between, and most importantly, some good vibes. Without further ado, we hope you have a spectacular rest of your Wednesday, unless you have any other plans. And as always, my friends and partner, let's cash some tickets.